Hello everyone, how are you doing? So, welcome. I hope you can hear me. Can somebody let me know in the chat if they can hear me? This is the first time I'm doing this, so it's going to be fun. Not really sure. Let me just check it out. Let me just check it out in the other screen whether everything is working as expected. So, let's see. Yes, it is. It is. I can hear everything. So, let's just close it down. All right. So, welcome to today's live trading. We'll be trading Nasdaq mostly. So, Nasdaq, gold, we'll have some little bit of S&P here and there if we get an opportunity to trade S&P, but it will most likely be just Nasdaq, and we'll have to see how the market is responding to certain things, how the market is responding to certain levels. So yeah, looking forward to how the market starts off. Let's start off with the daily time frame and see where we are exactly for the intraday trades. Now, on the daily time frame, we have not yet taken the previous day low. So I'm basically looking forward to see how previous day low is taken and how the market reacts to that area. It's 2473.75. So that's a crucial area that we need to look for and how the market reacts over there. Previous day high is my target for today. If I get an intraday trade from the lows, I would like to go towards previous day high and see what the market does once we reach there. Like there could be a second trade, right? There could surely be a second trade where the market could basically sweep previous day low and previous day high, and we could get a short from there. So keeping my eye on that. Looking at the 6-hourly time frame, we are still trading just above this inverted fair value gap, or you can call it the balanced price range right now. It's good, it is bullish. Like if you're not able to close under the balanced price range, that is very much bullish for us. It basically shows that the market still wants to go higher, and if the market wants to go higher, as I said, previous day high could be the target that we could be looking for. Looking at 90 minutes, that would be the session liquidity. On the session liquidity, I think my perspective is pretty clear. We had a very good range up from these lows. We have traded very high. We haven't gone into the discount area, and we still, like, we haven't gone into the discount. So that piece, that tells you the first thing is like, okay, if the market wants to go higher, it needs to first take liquidity. Which liquidity did the market take? As of now, the only liquidity that I can see is this low. Now this low indicates that if this liquidity has been swept and the market wants to basically reverse from this area, it should leave some sort of fair value gaps on the way high, but there's nothing. There's no fair value gap, there's nothing. So that is the one thing that is stopping me from going into a long position straight away and telling me, okay, wait for something else to happen. Now what is that something else? One thing that people do not see on different time frames is what type of footprints are available. As we can see on this time frame right now, so let me just mark it down. I marked it as order block on 1 hourly. It's basically order block on the 90 minutes, so that's completely fine. As we can see just now, on this order block, the 1 hourly order block is right at the point of previous day low. So if the market goes on to sweep this a wick below on the lower time frame and test this area, that is the perfect long opportunity from the bottom to higher up. I mean, that's what you can predict, right? That's what you can say, that's what you can think will happen in the market. Will it happen? That's to be seen, right? You can't predict where the market's going to go. All you can do is, okay, this is my plan if the market goes lower, this is my plan if the market goes higher. So you just keep that into your brain and try to think, okay, what can happen from which place? So for me, that's pretty much clear. 8 minutes to open. I want to see this market go towards either direction, and if we see how we react to the highs, we see how we react to the lows. If we are able to sustain a move above these two highs, those are equal highs, we could basically look at a long position from here with the stops under the initial fair value gaps that are created, targeting the previous day high. If we are to reject from those highs, let's say, and the market opens and we get rejected, we could look for a short towards this area. So plan is pretty clear, plan is pretty decent. I think if we get an opportunity that we are open to both directions, we are open to either of longs or short in this type of market. Now let's look at the intra-session liquidity and where we are on the 15-minute chart. Pretty unclear, to be honest. We have taken all the lows. Q1 low is gone, Asia low is gone, New York PM low is gone, London low is intact. Obviously it has taken everything away. We are trading inside of this massive fair value gap on the 15-minute. I think that was news driven. So if this fair value gap is inverted, at, let's say, in the next 2-3 minutes, and we are able to close under it, the next 56-minute candle is closing under it, will I look for a short straight at the open maybe after the first couple of minutes? But yes, that could be an opportunity. What scares me are the equal highs, like both Asia and London high, they are literally next to each other. This is what scares me. This is the real draw on liquidity, at least for the initial couple of minutes for the market. So depending on what happens in that time frame is the moment that we'll need to make a decision, okay, whether we are going long or we are going short. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's my mindset in regards of Nasdaq. Now let's look at gold quickly, run our eyes through gold and see where we are. So in the London session, I was looking for a long opportunity towards these highs of 450% of the 1 hour, I think this was 90-minute, yeah. Of the 90-minute acceleration gap, I was looking for 400% to 450% and trying to see whether I can get an opportunity towards the upside. That would be 3907 area, but gold had other plans, and now it has inverted everything. So all that analysis is out of the window. It has inverted everything. It has left 3 back-to-back 90-minute fair value gaps, and now we have another target that we can play. So that target would basically be coming from this area down to here, and for me the target will basically feel something like this. Let's just put this down. Where is that? Yep. So 200% is somewhere around 37.72. So I'll be looking for shorts, and the shorts will come into play if this fair value gap is sustained. So if we can get out of this fair value gap, maybe do a change in state of delivery towards the downside, so close below this level, that is a good short opportunity to take from here, stops above this high, and you can go down to 250% of this area. I think that would be achievable because of all this liquidity lying below. So this is untouched liquidity, so I think that will become the draw on liquidity for at least this trade. So yeah, gold could be a good opportunity as well. I think it can be achieved intraday, most likely tomorrow. So if you take this today and you can carry it on until tomorrow, I think that's a good trade to have. Places that would likely stop you is this order block. So what was the last consecutive candles that swept a high? It was these three. So these three bearish candles were responsible for the sweep of this high that was created right over here. So wrong place. Now if price wants to go lower, it needs to convert this into breaker block. Are we in a economic condition where gold will go lower? So if this happens, I would expect this liquidity to be swept, and I would expect gold to head down further lower down to $3,600. The strength that gold has been showing across the board, I doubt that sort of price action will occur. So for me, it's more about if we go down, this liquidity is the max I'm going to trade towards. I'm not going to go for extended targets of 400% or 450% across the board. So that's my thought process on gold. Let's see, let's just leave a lovely little fair value gap over here so that we have our eyes on gold if we need to trade that. Perfect. Markets are going to open in 3 minutes. In that meantime, I want to basically go through the watch list and show you a couple of charts that are available for us to trade on the higher time frame. So MetLife is basically forming a nice inverse head and shoulder pattern, and any close above 82.3, 82.26 is basically a long trigger for MetLife. Let's see how we close today. Pre-market is opening lower, so you have to keep your eyes on it and see whether there's a close above or not. Once you have a close above this area, it's a trade of 11.548%. Continental AG is basically trading inside of this symmetrical triangle. So I haven't marked it yet, but let's just mark it live. So this whole triangle is being formed, and all you're waiting for is a close on either direction for a long or a close of position or a short position. I'm more inclined towards longs because of this deviation at the bottom. So this is what inclines me more towards long positions. So let's see, we want to see a break above 58.86. Once the break is above 58.86, that would be a good long position from up here. Stops under maybe this low that is being created today, and you can target the position, and target area would be somewhere around $66. So that looks good as well. So a good trade to take, a good trade to play. But yeah, need to wait for a close above and see how it goes. All right, 2 minutes to open. Last one is First Bank Corp. Now, First Bank Corp has multiple different patterns that are forming. So, starting off on the weekly, there is a very ugly head and shoulder pattern, inverse head and shoulder, right over here, where this is the shoulder, this is the head, and then there's another shoulder. Now, this is a bigger pattern. I'm more looking towards this smaller pattern which is being formed right over here of a ascending triangle. So, this is your neckline for that, and then from this low right to that high. So I would like to play this triangle instead of that massive head and shoulder, because as you can see, we have already broken out of the daily head and shoulder pattern right over here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. So we have broken out. That target is in play. I don't want to trade that weekly one because it just doesn't make sense, and the stops are going to be too wide for me to take any action on that. So that's about it from this perspective. Let's go back to our day trading and our money making. Perfect. Market opens, straight rally higher. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see what happens here. So I'll be looking, as I said, what I'm looking for is, if we reach this area above us, how do we react here? Do we fail to go higher, or do we basically remain bullish and keep going higher from there? If we fail, then obviously a short position. If we basically can sustain the highs, then we keep going higher to the previous day high. On the downside, I'm looking for an opportunity to enter once we have a sweep of some sort of liquidity, and that would be for me previous day low or London low to basically trade higher. At least for now, there is no trade, nothing to see here. So yeah, let's wait and see what's going on. All right, we are going down. I'll keep an eye on this liquidity as well. How do we react here? Let me just move everything. Let's keep an eye on this small area. I think on the 5-minute chart we'll have some sort of order block. Yes, we have. So I'll keep an eye on this order block to see how do we react inside of this. This would be a fun place to see. All the gaps are of no use at this point of time in this area, to be honest. Like, there's nothing. I mean, if you were to see this one, it's been like playing out, supporting and disrespecting price ever since. I think that is not going to be of no consequence. So remove this. What I'll be looking for is what happens here. This is what my eyes are attracted towards. So these two fair value gaps and then this order block. Perfect. Let's see. This mask is fucking shit. It's so difficult to wear it. I don't know how the sound is though. I hope it's good. Because if the sound is not good, I'm gonna get rid of this mask. Throw it away, burn it maybe. There's nothing as of now. So let's see what 5 minutes is doing. Yeah, 5 minutes doesn't look good. 2 minutes to closure. Can we sweep this liquidity and just bounce? Let's see. All right, liquidity has been swept. Let's see what sort of reaction do we get here. Clear sell-off. That's not good. They're going towards the London lows. Clear one directional sell-off, so not really need a retracement of some sorts before entering this sort of a trade. So yeah, not gonna enter right now, just going to chill, relax. and see what happens next. Where does the market want to go? Let's look at ES and let's look at other assets as well quickly. Dow Jones is pumping. It's become a daily thing. Dow pumps, Nasdaq dumps. So there's a clear SMT developing, not yet. Asia highs are still intact. London highs are taken though. So there's an SMT now on the highs for Dow Jones and Nasdaq. Let's look at S&P. S&P is crashing as well. Previous day low has been taken. So there's previous day low was not taken on Nasdaq. So there's SMT over there. Previous day low SMT. And gold is pumping in the first 5. That's fine. Alright. And nothing to see on gold as well for me. I mean, for gold it's simple. It needs to invert this 90-minute fair value gap. Before that, I'm not going to think of any single trade on gold till the time we don't invert it. So if once we have inverted it, that's when we can still think, and that inversion will be complete in the next 54 minutes. So nothing for me on gold. All right. Let's see. Oh, where did the thing go? Where did OBS go? There it is. All right. So we are about to sweep the London lows. I want to see what happens here. Do we basically, even if we start dumping, I mean, I don't want to short from here to previous day low. That doesn't make sense. So just wait and watch is the, best thing we can do. But let's just mark out the first 5-minute range. Let's see what do we do here. So we have 2 fair value gaps. This is the first one right over here. This is the second one. What I would like to see is that we at least sweep the liquidity. If we don't sweep liquidity, that's going to be tough for us to take any trades off. It's just impossible at that point of time. Let's look at 2 minutes. 2 minutes looks good. 2 minutes might be able to give us a trade. Good rejection. So good rejection of the fair value gap. Let's see if we can leave another one here, because then if we take the short position from here until the 215, maybe go to let's see. I'll just wait for 1 more minute to see what's going on. I'll just give it 1 more minute just to see how it closes this candle in the next one. So a short band, let's see how this candle is closed. Not good, not yet. Now this could be fun, because if we can, we have swept out the lows. Now if we can invert these fair value gaps, that could be the long that we were looking for. Let's see. So there's no fair value gap on the 1 minute after taking out that. So I can't enter yet. So no trade for me yet. So the range of 5 minutes is broken. We have already retested the fair value gap, getting rejected. Problem for me is there's no fair value gap on the 1 minute time frame after the rejection, so there's no my model doesn't present my with a trade, so nothing to do here for me. Just wait and watch. All right, let's see. Is Dow starting to come down or still heading up? Dow is looking strong. Yeah, Dow is looking really strong. Let's see. I would say then we will sweep out the previous day low and then maybe we can bounce from here. This is the previous daily low, so I can get rid of this. Previous daily low is just below us. If we can sweep that out and see a bounce from there, that could be interesting. I mean, any bounce, like in simplest of words, any bounce from these areas, any sort of inversions from this area is a trade for me. Like change in state of delivery. So for me right now, so what I'm looking at, my order block is over here, so I can't take a trade up there, right? You can't really basically wait for it to go down there and then take a trade. What you would really want is like this candle to close in some way bullish, then head down, sweep this low, then come up, invert this. That could be your trade to go higher before. Otherwise, inversion of this fair value gap, and then you are basically looking for a long above this with a stop under this, and then that's like a 50-point stop and targeting all the area above for 2 hours. So those are the two opportunities that I see right now. I don't see any other opportunity. On the short side, I don't know. You just need to somehow break below previous day low and show me some sort of displacement downwards. Otherwise, I don't see a trade there. Now that's good. If we can close this candle, oh no, there's no fair value gap. I thought there is no wick there. No, there's no fair value gap, nothing. No trade yet, nothing to see. Let's see gold. So no fair value gap on gold as well, but we have inverted that. Yeah, like we have inverted that, I would say, on the last candle now, but we just need to see what happens here. It's still not a trade for me, like not yet at least. We'll still need to see how we react inside of these fair value gaps, because the most important thing is also this high, this order block could reject price, so you just need to see what happens here. It's wait and watch time. Nasdaq has hit into our order block, by the way. Okay, let's see. There's no trade as of now. What is S&P doing? S&P is looking stronger than Nasdaq for sure. Like it hasn't gone below London low as it is, so there's like massive SMTs forming on. Yeah, there's massive SMT right now forming on S&P 500. So I would love to see a reaction coming from either of them. Yeah, I would love to see some sort of reaction coming through. If the reaction can come through, it would be great. So right now, like if you will see, We have taken previous day low on S&P. We haven't taken that on Nasdaq. So there's an SMT on the previous day low. Then we haven't taken London low on S&P, but we have taken London low on Nasdaq. So there's another SMT on the lows. So the market is primed to go higher. It's more about waiting and being patient to understand which way the market, like where is the point where you can say, okay, now I'm confident it wants to go higher. That's a beautiful reaction. And there's this tiny fair value gap which has been retested. Okay, that's good. So previous day high is 1.8 hour. That's PM high. So previous day high is much higher. My bad. Yeah. Yeah, I will take this trade, guys. It's a 4-hour trade. I think it's a good position to have, so that's not bad. So that would be my entry. Let's see how it goes. I mean, if you want, you can put your stop loss under this low, but I like this. So the reasoning, let's go through the reasoning of why we entered this trade. So obviously, I talked about the SMTs that are forming, the divergences that are forming on S&P and Nasdaq and YM, right? YM has been very, very bullish. These two were bearish, but none of them could basically, like S&P went below previous day low, Nasdaq did not. Nasdaq respected it. S&P did respected the London low, Nasdaq did not, and then Nasdaq ends up sweeping the London low and reversing. Now, one thing that was there was that small fair value gap right over here. So if you will see, there's a small fair value gap just in this area from here to here, and look at the way this candle came down, tested that and started accelerating higher. Then obviously we inverted this 1 minute fair value gap with force. 2 minute fair value gap also inverted. 5 minute fair value gap is being retested. Now if we can invert this 5 minute fair value gap as well, we can go break even if the market is rallying higher, and then we can take it from there. So looks good, good ILM model. Let's see whether it respects everything and then it can do what it's supposed to do, because still we have previous day low lying below, and that could be the draw on liquidity. So you just wait and see how the market reacts. Any questions, anything from you guys, anything you want to ask, anything you want to talk about as we are in the trade? And I'll go through the trade reading process to see, basically help everyone understand what's going on. So yeah, AM is previous day high. Let's see what happens here. If by any chance this market goes down, I would basically, I don't know, I still don't think the short is the right position to be so close to previous day low. So I'll not be shorting. I'll see how we react at previous day low before thinking of a short as a second trade. But for in regards of where the market wants to go towards, it feels like it should go towards the highs. Might take another sweep of the lows before going to the highs, but it looks like that's where the market wants to head towards. Good retest of the fair value gap. So let's see what happens here now. So that's a beautiful retest of this inverted fair value gap and the fair value gap that we left. So I'm liking that. Let's see whether we can sustain this move and displace higher. Also, we are basically just trading below the Asia low. So it is kind of a retest of the Asia low as well. So yeah, you want to trade above that. You want to basically convert the Asia low into some sort of a support by going higher, retesting and then going higher. So if that sort of a price action happens, that would be in our favor. But as of now, we are retesting the Asia lows. So wait and watch. Let's see what happens. Do we print? Do we pay? We'll get to know pretty soon. By the way, is there a music in the background or not? Can someone tell if there is a Squid Game music in the background? Somebody is messaging me. Let's check who it is. Yeah, no one. No one important. Yeah, as of now, that's not looking good. We are trading below the initial fair value gap, so just keep an eye on that. Let's see where it wants to go and let's see how it wants to react. If we can show a bounce here, that's a good place to move the stops. Let's see, 10 more seconds how this candle closes, and then we can decide whether we want to move the stops higher or not. That is a good looking candle, but let's see the reaction here. No, it's still dumping. What I would do is, I would reduce my risk and I'll put my stops right under this candle. So even if it gets hit, I've at least reduced the risk a little lower. So even if the trade gets stopped out, I'm not so concerned. I've reduced risk and it can do what it wants to do. And the reason is we have back-to-back fair value gaps. Now, if the market is basically inverting both of them and wanting to go lower, then it would go towards previous day low. So having your stops over here or over here, it's better to reduce risk if the market is not going in your favor. That's the cusp of intraday trading. Most likely should be stopped out on this soon. Price action is like we are basically engulfing the whole bullish move that we had on the upside. So let's see what happens. So stopped out on that. That's fine. That's out of the way. Let's look at the next one. So what I would like to see now is basically whether we are able to sweep previous day low now or not and go higher, number one. Second could be if we go inside of this fair value gap and get rejected and we take previous day low, do we go above it quickly or not? So that's the second option. And the third option is, let's say this just wants to go lower, right? And we can't find a trade. Now the other trade that you can look for is the conversion of this whole thing, right, into a breaker block. Now that's when you are really bullish, bearish, and this will be the trade that you would look for, and it will be a 2-hour trade towards the downside. So this is something what the trade is going to look like. But yeah, you can, but there's no sweep of liquidity right up top, so I'm a bit concerned about this trade. If there was a sweep of liquidity on the upside, then yes, I would have taken that trade, but not at this point of time. Eight minutes to news. I think we do have some sort of news event. Yeah, job openings at 10. So we can wait for the news and see what happens there. So one loser. The whole day is not looking too bad. I mean, today was what? Good, I think. So TradeZilla, if I log in here. There we go. The last 2 days have been around 8 hours, but if I resync and this trade comes in, it would go down most likely. So 2 executions were added, but that would basically take it down because this was a loss. So minus 1 hour on this, so around 7 hours in 2 days, and today was like 0.34 hour positive. Not bad overall. If you're closing a day in positive, that's what matters. Closing a day in negative is where the problem really lies, and you basically start losing money, and you're like, yeah, I was negative yesterday, and that basically plays on your mind the next day. So yeah, closing a day positive is perfectly fine. Like, it should be your goal. Like, close the day positive, and that's what you want to do. All right. Good rejection on NQ. I would love to see some sort of reaction here, honestly. There it goes. That's the sweep. That's the swing low now. One minute 30 seconds to closure. I can't take this trade. It's just that we haven't swept any liquidity on the upside. If we would have swept any liquidity on the upside, this could have been a trade for me. Like, from here, just stops here and just short it to 2R. But I can't take that. It's not in my rule book. So, really can't touch it. All you can do is wait to see what happens here. There goes previous day low, swept. Let's see what sort of reaction we get here. That's more than enough for me. That's really good. Now this trade becomes more important to me. All right, let's see what happens here. Quite excited to see how we react. I would say one more sweep lower, like one more dig lower, a little deeper, react and show strength towards the upside. That's the most important one. Okay. Let's see. I want to see a change in state of delivery above this. So a close above this, that would give me some confidence. Or even over here is fine. It's inverted the fair value gap, so that should be fine. It's just that I want to wait for the change in state of delivery. That would be something that will give me more confidence. So let's see 1 more minute. Let's wait 1 more minute and see what happens here. Yeah, news in 5, yes. 3 to be honest. Let's see. I mean, what can news do? It can basically either go towards our TP or towards our stop loss. So at the end of the day, you really can't control news, right? All you can do is play with it. Let's wait and see what happens here. I mean, I still feel there will be another sweep, but I really want to see what happens here. What I would love is the news candle goes lower, sweeps this, and then goes higher. Okay, I will take a half risk trade here. Stops will be under this low. Let's just wait 40 more seconds, or let's just wait for the news, man. Let's just wait for the news. News is in what, 2 minutes? We will get a change in state of delivery if we close above. I don't know. I just have a feeling we'll get a sweep. So let the news come through. Even what's the worst that can happen? We miss out on the trade. I'm quite okay with that. So 1 more minute after this, I mean, everything is in line. I'm not going to say it's not. It's just that you just want to wait for it to play out properly. And then there's another trade right over here. Even if it goes higher, we could take this trade. That's a valid order block break, because this was the order block. We swept the previous day low, and if we close above this, that's a breaker block, and then we can go towards the 2 hour. So there is a trade on both sides. It's just that waiting is a better option right now than just taking that trade for me. And that's the worst case. We don't get a trade. We end the day on 0.2 hour from morning session. Oh, by the way, we'll be trading live every day mostly, but the morning sessions will be live on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on YouTube. So that's going to be fun. And then, yeah, other than that, there will be live sessions whenever I can on the afternoon session. So news out, market pumps. Let's see what happens here. I would love to see a sweep down below. That would be so amazing. Let's see. I'm not in a trade, or let me just write it down. So I am not in a trade right now. Just measuring up, just seeing what is available and how much it will be. Cool. I'm liking these clothes. They're looking good overall. So what I want to see is a retest of these areas. Not yet, guys. I'm not in a trade yet. Can't really see a position forming from here. So not yet. Okay, that looks good as well. So back to back fair value gaps. Okay, cool. Alright, I want to see a retest of this maybe, and then maybe plan a trade. Let's see if we get one. Or a break above this. If we are able to close the 2-minute candle outside of this, that's a trade for me. That I will take no matter what. So either we go down, retest this fair value gap, show a bounce out of it. That will give me one confirmation. But any closure above this area is a confirmed order block entry. So I'm break block entry, my bad. Alright. Not yet. No trade. So this 1-minute candle, if it closes outside, this would be my trade. 2 hour. I'll not go for previous day high. I will go. So this strategy is basically static 2 hour. So you basically take it and you, yeah. 36 seconds. Not yet. 26 seconds is closing inside, so no trade yet. The only issue is that even 2 is a risk of 350. So yeah, I would love to enter this trade with, I mean, my risk parameters are $250 per trade over the accounts. This will increase that, which I don't want to. No, I would love a little bit of retracement. I can't enter here. It just doesn't work with my risk params, so can't really enter here. I would love to see some retracement down lower and then maybe frame a trade from there. That's why sometimes it's better to just wait, I guess. So not in a trade yet, just FYI. Let's see, this is the retracement I wanted, and the place where I want the bounce to come from is this area. So if we can bounce, then if we can show a bounce out of this area, then we can have a stop under this, which will basically give us better risk to reward, which will give us better overall position. So yeah, let's just wait and see. Keeping an eye here to see what happens. Nope, no trade. It's gone down way too much than I was expecting. It has inverted the fair value gap. I mean, if it closes like that, so just going to wait for another 10 minutes. If I get an opportunity, good enough. If we don't, then we end the stream with a 1 hour loser. Our first stream is a 1 hour fucking loser. I hate that. I wanted the stream to be like a 10-hour trade. You know, the first stream we do, the 10-hour stream. That would have been fun. Yeah, the market is range bound like very, very badly. Like look at the 15-minute. It's just literally still trading inside the first 15-minute range. It's very, very bad right now. Let's see. I'm not getting anything which I like, so most likely if we don't get anything in the next 5 minutes, I'll call it a day, because my trading window is until 3:15 London time. If I don't get anything till then I'll have to call it a day and look for a trade tomorrow then. Nothing to see today. Alright, I don't see any trade, guys. I mean, even if the only trade that I can see right now is this, which is a risky trade. So a bounce out of this balance price range, so this small one, tiny little balance price range, if we can bounce out of that, and then you expect it to close and invert this fair value gap. That is the only trade I am looking at, nothing else apart from that. So yeah, I don't see anything. We can wait for another 2-3 minutes to see how we bounce out of that. If we don't, then maybe another sweep of previous day low and then a change of structure possibly. Let's see what others are doing just to be on top of the market. Okay. Dow is getting rejected. All right, nothing yet. All right, I'll call it a day, guys. I don't think we'll get any other opportunity, at least in the next 5 to 10 minutes, which is my trading window. I would love to see this happen once. If that happens, that's another story. Or if we are able to leave a fair value gap right here on the 1 minute and invert this, then again the same position, instead of that low, this will be the stop loss and you will still be aiming for previous day high. So yeah, still the long thesis, I think that's the only one that I can think of. The overall structure of the market is consolidation. Asia and both London have been consolidating below Asia low, so that kind of scares me. So the whole of London was below Asia low, the whole of New York has been below Asia low. So yeah, let's see, keep it up. Thank you. So yeah, I don't see any opportunity here. I don't see any sort of trade that could come and that we could play from here. So yeah, I'll let it go instead of trying to overtrade. But give it 1 minute. I want to see what happens, because we have hit that balanced price range now that I drew. I want to see what happens just here. Yeah, let's see how we react here. Let's just give it a minute and see what happens just around these areas. So I wanted to close above this for me to be able to enter a trade. I would love to see it close above this area for me to enter a trade. So as of now, very good reaction of the balanced price range. So let's keep an eye. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. Just stay above that. No. At the close of this candle, I'm going to try one more long with this as the stop loss, and I'm going to go for previous day high again. That would be enough R for me to do something with it. 4.18 hour. But that candle needs to close above at least this candle's high for me. Yep, that's better. So I'll enter this trade. This will be my last trade of the day. So 3 put 3. Not yet, wait. The center. Alright, I'm in this trade. I'll let it run. I'll see what happens. This will be the last trade of the day. Yeah, overall everything looks good. And yes, management wise, this trade, it would be take the TP1 right on the top over here, and then you basically trail your stops to break even, and then onwards and upwards to each individual area. So that would be London high, Asia high, New York AM high. Each area is your TP area. So I'll take one TP here, then one TP right on Asia high, London high, and then the last one will be previous day high. With that, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for taking out time, sitting with me, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.